watching the Phantoms Cup Final, only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PPL Center, where tonight is the finale for the middle school division in the 2025 Middle School Phantoms Cup Final between the Northampton Konkrete Kids and the Easton Red Rovers. Northampton, the number 1 seed, a record of 10-1-2. Easton, the number 2 seed, a record of 7-6-0. Start the pregame show. I want to go over a recap of what happened with these two teams in their semifinal games not too long ago here in the middle school semifinal Phantom Cup games. For Northampton, they defeated the number 4 seed Nazareth Blue Eagles 7-2. So Northampton advances back to the finals. Forwards Carter Huber had 2 goals, and Anthony Nati had 2. Led the way for each recording a pair of goals as Northampton's offense dominated the game with 45 total shots on goal. Nazareth would strike first with a tally from Michael Schmid, but the Blue Eagles' lead did not last long as the Kids proceeded to score 6 unanswered goals. Northampton will have a chance to win the Middle School Phantoms Cup for the 2nd straight year tonight here at PPL Center. As for their opponent, the Easton Red Rovers, they defeated the number 3 seed Emmaus Hornets 5-2. Luke Anastiu and Mason Frenatoro gave Easton a 2-0 lead heading into the first intermission. Actually, Emmaus gave Emmaus a 2-0 lead. The Hornets and Red Rovers both shared goals in the second, but by the end of the second period, it was Easton that gained a 4-2 lead. In the third, MJ Norwood scored his 2nd goal of the game on a breakaway that sealed the deal for the Red Rovers. And Easton faces off against the defending champion, Northampton Konkrete Kids. Time for tonight's starting goaltenders. I'll start actually with Northampton. In net for the Konkrete Kids, number 66, Desmond Murray. This is his 11th start of the season. Actually, no, this is his 11th game he's participating in. His overall season record starting from front to back, he has a 4-0-0 record. Goals against average 1.37, save percentage of .923. And in net for the Easton Red Rovers will be... trying to see. Actually, I did not have time to speak with the coaches before the game. I guess we'll have to wait till the game starts. Sorry for that. You should have the goalies before each game. I was busy talking to Logan Pyle and Nate Bryan from the Konkrete Kids, interviewing them after their elementary team for Northampton won their 2nd straight Phantoms Cup. So we'll have to see on that front for Easton. Here we go. In net for Easton, number 6, Mason Hernandez. So he gets the start for the Red Rovers. For whatever reason on the LVSHL site, it does not mention him as a goaltender at all for some strange reason. But no matter, he starts in for Easton. I'm sorry if I seem kind of behind on that, but I'm looking at the stat sheets here. It does not mention his goaltending stats, but he'll start in net here for the Red Rovers. And here we go. Puck is dropped. We're underway. It's the Konkrete Kids and the Red Rovers in the Middle School Phantoms Cup Final. Winner takes it all. As they're going to attempt to bring it over the zone, but this will be offside 9 seconds into the first period. For elementary, their periods are 12 minutes each. For varsity, it's 17 minutes. For middle school, it's only a 15-minute period. So definitely a little shorter. Easton tries to clear it back the other way. It's going to be collected there by Luke Anastiu, wearing 24 for the Red Rovers. Chipped off a few sticks and back towards the line here. As the Red Rovers keep it on, and MJ Norwood wearing the 00 takes a shot and goes off the blocker. And actually, I thought it was Desmond Murray who was starting in net for Northampton. It's actually Lucas Leidenwaller, so he's going to be starting this game here for the Konkrete Kids. We saw Desmond Murray playing for JV not too long ago for the Konkrete Kids yesterday in Northampton's victory. Norwood goes on net. He scores! MJ Norwood! A minute 02 into the game, and Easton has an early 1-0 lead. That's Norwood's 13th goal of the season, and Easton goes up 1-0. Norwood, who's wearing the more of a mascot number, 00, the number that Gritty wears for the Flyers. Not a number you typically see in sports. You might see the number 0 more in sports, but not always 00. That matters here. So Easton goes up 1-0 on only their second shot on net. As the Kids take it on the wing. Trying to make the centering pass was Doug Lisk. And the Red Rovers clear back this from Matthew. Okay, Kids will chase it down, and there's something icing here against the Red Rovers early in this first period. These two teams have played each other 3 times this season, all during the regular season. In the first game, Easton won 7-6. In the second game, Northampton won 12-0. And the third game, Northampton won 11-2. Off the faceoff, won by the Konkrete Kids. Chasing the puck down there is Zach Schellenhammer. And the Red Rovers try to flip it off the boards. Intended there for, I think there was Flowers near to it. No, that was Brian Kearns. Almost had there for Easton. And actually, one thing I wanted to mention, this is the first time in Nick's hockey broadcast history where we are covering a game for any team involving the Easton Red Rovers. We've never had them on this broadcast until now. They have not been in varsity, as far as I know. Obviously, they've been in the middle school and other divisions over the years in the LVSHL. And actually, at the rink at Lehigh Valley, home of the LVSHL, they used to have a big banner for the Easton Red Rovers on the corner of the ring, but they took that down this year. They have a new banner for them now. It's a lot smaller, though. And that backhand pass goes wide. Reppitz was the one who got the chance. Anthony Nati wearing the 13 on his back. Player gets taken down for Northampton. I think that was Williamson. And now Easton will clear it past the blue line. That shot goes over the net. Easton will have to chase it down, trying to chase it down. Here comes Northampton. On chance on that save made there. Rebound, backhand shot, another save. Third stop made there by Mason Hernandez. The first chance coming from Kenzie Ibenhart as she's wearing the Aaron Lindros 88. Eric Lindros, not Aaron Lindros. What am I saying? Easton clears it, and this will be icing. Wasn't sure it was going to be since it was almost going towards the net, but it goes past it. Face-off won by Northampton. They control in the high swat. Forehanded aside there by Owen Garger, and that shot goes wide. And the K-Kids take it right back on the point. Right wing feed toward the circle, and that wrist shot goes wide from Owen Garger. Easton attempts to get it back out, taken away for a shot. Nice right patch stop made by Hernandez. They'll get another chance. Hernandez makes another save there, and he's got it with 10:55 to go in this first period. Face-off taken by Easton. But it's kept in the play here by Carter Huber. Huber almost had for another moment. Easton trying to get this out of their zone here. Northampton's been getting a lot more chances on net as the Red Rovers are up 1-0 early in the first period. They'll bring it over the line. They'll turn on back. This was Mimeweiser. Actually, no, Luke Anastiu, who brought it to the corner. Taken away back by Northampton. Owen Garger is going to have it here. Skating through center. Coming in over the line. Garger, that puck is blocked by Norwood. Picked up for Huber, and that shot goes wide. It deflected en route. Easton will try to make a centering pass, and they'll bring it to Anastiu. Eberhardt will hit it off the boards. Kenzie Eberhardt wearing 88. Trinity Eberhardt wearing number 6 for Northampton. Hernandez makes a Tano stops a scramble in the crease. No whistle. There it is. And we'll get a whistle and stoppage of play. So Northampton has won the last 7 straight games coming into this finals matchup. Easton has won 3 of their last 5. Northampton won the Phantoms Cup last year in middle school, defeating Nazareth 7-5. And for Easton, this is their first ever Phantoms Cup final appearance in the middle school division. Rocco Nunziata. Almost wonder if he's related to former Lehigh Valley State's Christopher Nunziata. And that shot's blocked. Taken there by, that looked like that was Doug Lisk. And that shot's blocked down there by Hernandez. Lisk trying to get it right back, and Easton will try to clear it through center. They'll try to chase it down too. Norwood has it on the boards. Gets somewhat tangled up there. Lisk will hit it off his own teammate. And Lisk will take it here for Northampton. Picked up there by the Rovers. This is Rocco Nunziata. And the K-Kids bring it back on the other attack. Here's Noddy walking on net. He scores! Anthony Noddy ties the game at 1 for Northampton. That is Anthony's 8th goal of the season, and the Konkrete Kids get a much-needed response. We're tied at 1 with a tad less than 9 minutes to go in the first period. Shots on net are now 10-2. Northampton. The last shot on net for Easton was their goal from MJ Norwood. So Northampton seemingly adjusting after they were trailing by 1 early on in this game. Brett Anderco for the face-off, and he won it cleanly for Northampton. Owen Beckel, forehands one. Almost kept in the zone there by Morrison Hitt. And it's forehanded back to the other boards by Owen Beckel. And the Red Rovers will attempt to move it through center. They do. They bring it over the line towards the circle. It's backhanded to the corner by Liam Perseveres as he's wearing the Wayne Gretzky 99. Former Southern Lehigh Spartan Hunter Romelza, who used to play in the LVSHL, used to wear that too. Centering pass, that's saved in front of the net. And actually, to be honest, I'm not sure what goalie is in that for Northampton because they have 2 goalies that wear number 35. Carter Galinsky and Lucas Gleiderwater. So I have to see what name is on the back of his jersey to know for sure. I do see Desmond Murray on the bench. I thought he was the one starting because he was the first goalie I saw warming up for Northampton. So I just assumed that's why he was going to play. But again, I didn't get to talk to the coaches this time. But anyways, here come the Konkrete Kids. This is Eberhardt. Lost possession, and the Easton Red Rovers retrieved the puck in front of the blue paint. Owen Beckel had it for a moment, receives the pass on the right side. And Steve's going to stop on the right boards. Chasing for it on the back part of the net. Backhanded by Liam Privilitz. And the K-Kids will rush through center. Coming over the line is Carter Huber. Huber centering, and he missed it wide. He intended the pass into Blake Flowers. on the point, and that shot's blocked. The attempt coming from Deegan Berry. Here come the Red Rovers on a 3-on-1 on the left side. Right wing pass, and it's Bagner towards the net, and they couldn't finish it. Mason Verratoro was on the right side of the net. He couldn't whack it home. Hubert has it. Flowers will skate for it. He's got space on the right side, and it's forechecked away. Towards the blue line for a wrist shot, bouncing toward the net, and it was patted aside. Rebound goes wide. Centering pass in front. They score! Deegan Berry and the Konkrete Kids have taken the first lead of the night. And for some reason, the horn sounds not the goal horn. I'm not sure if that was just to be signifying a goal horn. I'm going to guess that's what it was. So Deegan Berry for Northampton. Trying to search up the goal. Here we go. He gets his 7th goal of the season. And the Konkrete Kids now have a 2-1 lead with a tad less than 6 minutes to go in the first period. This is an offsides here against Northampton. Zach Shellhammer. His brother just won a Scholastic title, the goaltender for the K-Kids in the elementary division. And this puck is going to be flanked by Jake Powell. Powell will take it here for the Konkrete Kids. He now owns a puck signed by me. His sister asked me to sign a puck for him last week, which was very flattering. I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're able to keep that. Although I don't think you're going to get any value of that signed puck on eBay, but even so, I think that's pretty cool that someone actually wanted that, so thanks for that. The captain, Stu, keeps it onside here for the Red Rovers. Norwood couldn't get a shot on that. That wrist shot goes wide there for the Red Rovers. Nuziana down for it. They'll chase for it. Here's Nuziana on the left circle. Fires, patted aside. And Shellhammer will try to stop this puck to center ice. Going to the bench for the Red Rovers is Groff. Gibbons had it. Northampton takes it right back. Pass was intended there for Williamson. This will be an icing here against Northampton with 4.5 to go in the period.
Northampton goal scored by number 13, Anthony Noto. Assisted by number 2, Douglas. Northampton goal scored by
You can now hear them confirming the goals by Nati and Berry for Northampton. Coming in a little late, but at least they announced it. Nuziana did not come up with the puck on the face-off. Northampton tried to clear it off the glass, and they do. Racing through center ice is Lisk. Lisk on the left wing. Looking to make the right play here as they'll take a shot that goes wide. Anthony Nati centering. Backhand shot saved. A rebound goes wide. The second chance coming from Nati. Trying to get a second of the game. Mantero trying to get possession. He gets tangled up there with Nati. That centering pass deflected off of Easton, stick and wide. Towards the point. Rippets. And it's almost kept onside by Geiger, and she's able to hold on to it. Actually, that is Owen Geiger. Nati almost taking it back. He'll take it right behind the goal. Nati going around the circle. Still holding on. Fire save made off the mask. And Northampton trying to keep it in. They cannot. And a steal over the line here for the Red Rovers. Nice move. Backhand scores! Actually, that was Nuziana, 25 for the Red Rovers. And Easton has tied the game at 2. Rocco Nuziana gets his 8th goal of the season. A big one for Easton after Northampton scored the last 2 straight. And the Red Rovers get back in this game Tied at 2 with 3:09 to go in this first period. And Flowers will get a wrist shot pad save made. Huber trying to get it here for Northampton. He'll take it on the corner. Huber centering in front, trying to get it to Flowers, but he's unable to whack it home. Flowers again on the blue line. Flipping it, and it's blocked by an Easton player. Couldn't see who that was. That was blocked off the body of Jay Cunningham. And that shot saved there, and it'll be covered up by Northampton with 2:30 to go in the pair. We have some pushing and shoving after the fact. I'm not sure if they're trying to encourage any fights happening in the middle school league. There was no fights, though. As they'll break that up quickly. And it looks like we're going to have our first penalties of the game. One for Easton, one for Northampton. Owen Garger in the box for Northampton. And it was Jay Cunningham who goes in the box for the Red Rovers. Probably had to do with all those pushing and shoving we just saw happen at after the last whistle here. 2:30 remains on the clock in the first period. And just like the youth game, I'm sorry if my announcing is a little slower or if it's not as fluid as normal, just because a lot of these players are a bit, I'm not as familiar with these guys as I am the varsity kids. So I know it's not perfect, but I'm hoping you guys are at least still enjoying this from home or wherever you're listening in this game. Huber goes on in at the foot off the stick of Venusiana. Actually, no, it went off of Anastiu. Huber near the Easton bench. Will back him onto the corner. Huber centering, trying to get it to Flowers. They couldn't connect on the play. 2 minutes to go in the period. And with those penalties, it's not even 4-on-4 in that. Speaking of penalties, we got one coming up, tripping on the Red Rovers. So now we'll actually have a power play coming up here for Northampton. And we're going to see who's going to go in the box for Easton. One thing to mention for the Red Rovers, like their jerseys do not have numbers on their arms. It's just on their back. Serving the box a shame for tripping is Luke Anastiu. So he goes into the box for a minute 30. So, yeah, okay, so it's a minute 30 for penalties in the middle school division. And it's a minute for penalties in the elementary division. And then for JV and varsity, it's 2 minutes. There you go. I know some of you might be surprised that I'm saying a lot of things that might sound new to me, only because I'm mainly with varsity in the LVSHL. But not that I have a problem calling games in the other divisions, but I've done a lot more for varsity than these other divisions in the LVSHL in recent years. So power play now for Northampton for a minute 12 and counting. 1.5 to go in the period. Doug Lisk over the line here for Northampton, trying to get a shot. It's blocked off a Red Rover stick. Kept on the left side. Forehand pass there for Lisk. Being pinballed by a few sticks, and that shot goes wide for Northampton. This is Lisk. Across ice for a wrist shot from Trinity Eberhardt, and that was blocked. And we get I think it was a high stick, if not just a stoppage of play here. Trying to see what that was. I think I missed what they called that for. I think they just called the whistle there for a high stick. It was a high stick, so that's why they called play dead. With exactly 1 minute to go here in the first period. Flipped on into the corner. Comes right behind the net into the Easton zone. Shellhammer almost got to it. Doug Lisk takes it. Lisk got center. We'll go through the blue line here. 34 seconds left in the period. Here's Anthony Noddy cutting on in. Sends it back in front. They score! What a play by Nati as Northampton has taken the lead back. It is 3-2 Konkrete Kids. So Nati brought it over the line, made the left wing pass, and it was slammed into the net by Doug Lisk. So 5 goals total in the first period, 3 for Northampton, 2 for Easton. Unless we get one more. Here's Huber, and it's gloved down with 16 seconds left in the game. Lisk with the big goal for the Konkrete Kids, his 9th of the season. And Easton has 5 seconds left to get one more shot, and that they do, and that goes wide. And that's going to do it for the first period. It is 3-2. Northampton after 1 shot, so that's 17-7 in favor of the Konkrete Kids. We'll be back for the second period. Second period's underway here in the LVSHL Middle School Phantoms Cup Final. Northampton leads 3-2. And we'll get a whistle. 14 seconds in for a hand pass. We had 3 goals for Northampton, coming from Anthony Nati, Deegan Berry, and Doug Lisk. For Easton, we have a goal coming from MJ Norwood, as well as Rocco Annunziata. Konkrete player goes down for Northampton. And here comes and a steal. And on that save made, they're trying to get a rebound, but they couldn't get another shot on goal. This goes around to the boards. A shot there is blocked. A chance there coming from Paxton Deary. And the Konkrete Kids get right back. Intercepted for a wrist shot, and that goes over the net. Chance on net there for Easton. That time was from Mason Frenaturo. Another chance. It was pinball towards the net and the crease, and that goes wide. Norwood, who scored the first goal in the game. Centering pass in front and saved. The rebound goes over the net. And steal with the second try there for the Red Rovers. Annunziata unable to keep it in the zone. And Steele had the puck off his skate, but he was busy going to the bench. Centering in front, that goes wide. Easton getting a lot of great chances early on in this game. Northampton will attempt to bring it back the other way. They can't. And the Konkrete Kids get it right back. They're trying to make a centering pass. It comes on back. Almost taken by Owen Garger. And Norwood hit the body of Garger. And the Easton Red Rovers will chase it. Here comes a chance there for the Konkrete Kids. This is Eberhardt. Gets it right back. And she'll clear it back towards the other side of the ice. Norwood flips it in all the way down. Eberhardt will chase for it. This will be icing here against the Red Rovers. It's currently 9:04 p.m. I'm only mentioning the time because the games last night in the Phantoms Cup went pretty late. By the time I was done writing the recaps for all the games last night involving junior varsity and game one of the varsity final, I was here until like 12:30. The varsity game ended around 11:20 or 11:30 or so last night. I'm just mentioning this is because this game definitely won't end as late as the games as we had last night here at PPL Center. Easton will chase it out, sets it in front of that. They couldn't poke it home. Almost getting the chance of that was Jay Cunningham in front of the goal. 12:20 remaining in the second as Northampton still leads 3-2. And I see that comment by Grayson Baker, Rocco Nunziata, the GOAT. Well, yeah, he had a big goal just earlier, so I could understand that argument, or at least that statement, I should say. This is backhanded past the blue line. Good play made by Kenzie Eberhardt. Norwood will flip it on in, past the line. Easton will attempt to carry it back the other way. Noah Van Name was near for it. Eberhardt will bring it through center for Northampton into the Easton zone. And it's almost collected. It's taken it back by Northampton for a shot that goes wide. Good chance there from Kenzie Williamson. Centering pass, and Easton attempted to swat it out of their harm's way. Repez with a wrist shot that was blocked. They're trying to get a rebound in front of the crease. It's still loose. I thought it was covered up, but it was not. Eberhardt will backhand one to the corner. And slipped on behind the net now. Kish will take it. Actually, that is Nati. Anthony Nati for Northampton. Goes on goal. And it's loose in the crease, and it comes on out. Doug Lisk on the right circle. Firing, and that goes wide. Repitz on the left point. Flips it back to the corner around the boards. Doug Lisk to the other corner. Lisk behind the net. Backhand centering pass for Nati. Couldn't get a shot on goal. And now the Konkrete kids will flip it on back towards, I think they were trying to keep it in the zone, but they'll bring the puck back to center instead. Nati at center with decent speed. Nice move. Walks on net. Save made there. Nati trying to get a second of the game, but he comes up empty-handed there. Easton will attempt to keep it in the zone, but Nati got to it there for Northampton. Less than 10 minutes to go in the game. Northampton still up 3-2. Shots to net are 20-9 in favor of the Konkrete kids. Nati again. And it's going to be taken there on the behind the net play there for Noah Van Name. Doug Lisk with the wrist shot, that's blocked. Easton hits it off the glass. Van Name was to it as well. Noah Van Name. And for a second, when I saw Van Name's jersey, I was almost thinking that was not just a jersey, that's just a name on the back because it didn't have a last name, but that actually is his name. And they score! Easton has tied the game up at 3. Jackson and Gibbons, a big goal for the Red Rovers. Easton has scored all 3 goals within 10 shots on net. So Gibbons gets his 8th goal of the season. It was a nice wrist shot past the Northampton goaltender, and man, the Red Rovers don't want to go down easily, or easily, I should say. And here comes Northampton for Flower. Save made there, and we'll get a whistle. Puck comes right behind the net. And Northampton will attempt to keep it in from Shellhammer. Backhanded by Flowers near the penalty box. And Flowers was trying to get it back out. This is Easton still keeping it into the zone here. That was from Grayson Horvath. And here comes Northampton. Here's Huber with speed. He's got a break. Oh, what a good play made by Easton. That was from Paxton Dearney. He deflected that passing attempt there, or that shot, to say. Here's Huber again, unable to get the shot on net. Easton will take it here. Anastiu, we're in 24 in black, in red, and white for the Red Rovers. Nice move. He dangles right backhand, so he fanned on it. Gets it right back. They try to backhand it in front. They try to hit it on the side of the cage. That's saved there. Easton surging, and Northampton will go back the other way. Here's Huber with room on the right wing. Huber, a shot, glove save made, and the puck is still loose. 7.5 to go in the period. We're tied at 3 apiece. And Steele on the wing. Waits, fires, save, it's loose. And Northampton clears it out, but this will be an icing against the Konkrete Kids. Northampton's trying to get this puck right back. This puck is near the Easton bench. And the Konkrete Kids, and really both the Konkrete Kids and the Red Rovers, have been getting a lot of great chances these last few moments. And I just want you guys to know, I've seen in the chat, it's actually a 3-3 tie right now. It's not 3-2 Northampton. We're tied at 3. Easton just tied the game, courtesy of Jackson Gibbons. Here's Norwood. Nice move. Cuts into the zone. Blocker save. And actually, Desmond Murray, I guess I was looking down at my notes when I didn't see him come onto the ice. So he's the new goaltender in net for the Konkrete Kids. Possibly, maybe he could be the next Balin Spargiassi when he gets older, but who knows? So Murray now in relief, or if not, Northampton is just playing both goalies. Again, I apologize. I did not get to speak to the coaches before this game. As Murray makes a big stop there with his right pad, and he's got it with 5:52 remaining in the period. Powell tried to get it through center. Flipped off a Easton body, made a strange bounce. And Powell foreheaded back into the zone. Easton will hold on defensively. And we'll get another whistle with 5.5 to go in the period. Puck is dropped and we continue to play on here at PPL Center. Trying to get this puck now. It looks like Blake Jacoby. And it's now going to be centered back off the boards. Towards the point for a wrist shot attempted there by Trinity Eberhardt, but it was deflected off of Easton's stick and wide. This will be nice here against the Red Rovers. And they'll have the face-off back in the Easton zone. This will be a shot on net for Northampton that's covered up. Only a few seconds to get off the clock from that face-off, so they'll have to redo it on the left circle. Tad less than 5 minutes to go in the LVSHL Middle School Phantoms Cup Final, as we're tied at 3. If you missed it earlier, the Northampton Konkrete Kids in the youth division defeated the Emmaus Hornets 5-4. Northampton was up 4-0. Emmaus tied at 4. Nate Bryant gave the Konkrete Kids a 5-4 lead with a few minutes to go in that game, and they were able to hold on, winning their second straight Phantoms Cup in the elementary division. Their middle school team tried to do the same thing here. Naughty! Pad stop made, and we'll get another whistle with 4.5 left in the second period. Both teams will now elect to do a line change here. After tonight, the Phantoms Cup will not be done, although for tonight we'll be done with the middle school and youth divisions, elementary division, I should say. Tomorrow we'll have the Junior Varsity Phantoms Cup Final at 6:30. And then at 8:30 will be Game 2 of a best-of-3 series in the Varsity Phantoms Cup Final. So those games are definitely going to be Very exciting, and both of those games will be broadcasted here only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. You can also get live updates on the Phantoms Cup Twitter account that's being updated from every goal and play throughout the entire Phantoms Cup for games that we've had already, for tonight's game, and even for the games tomorrow. Gardner trying to cut on in. Couldn't get a shot on goal. Hubert scores! Cutter Hubert, a big goal for Northampton. I know I said big goal a lot tonight, but every goal has been significant in this game as both of these teams have been taking the lead back and forth. Northampton is now up 4-3. For Hubert, that is his 13th goal of the season. We now have 7 goals total in this game, 4 for Northampton, 3 for Easton. I would expect that we're going to get more perhaps in the third period, or maybe we'll even see another one here in the second. 3.5 to go in the second. Naughty save made there, and it's not covered up. It's still loose and possessed by Anthony Naughty again. Here's a wrist shot side of the cage. The chance came from Doug Lisk. It went wide. Slap shot by Shellhammer. That was fanned on. And backhanded back through center to bring it past the blue line from Mason Fraturo. And Northampton takes the puck right back. Doug Lisk will slow down here. Flips it in front of the goal to try to get a shot on that. And that passing attempt was fanned wide. Reppitz has it here for the Konkrete kids. Around from the boards was Mason Ferratoro. And we'll get a whistle here. Is this a penalty? I think it might be. I didn't see anything that would signify a call. And we do have a penalty. This will be on Northampton serving the minor penalty here. Is going to be Zach Shellhammer. So he serves in for 2-minute power play coming up here for Easton as they trail 4-3. Two and a half remains in this second period. And off this face-off, and Steve center it off the stick there of Desmond Murray. Hubert will take it short-handed. Hubert gets tangled up, couldn't get a shot, and that's another penalty. This time it's on Easton. I think this is going to be for tripping. It is. So the power play for Easton lasted only 15 seconds, and now we'll go to 4-on-4. Rocco Nuziano will serve in the box for tripping. He's guilty of that call for the Red Rovers. So 4-on-4 for 1:15, and then a power play for Northampton that only lasts 15 seconds. So more room on the ice for both of these teams to work with here these next few minutes. Norwood got around one. He's alone, and he missed it wide. Desmond Murray did a good job covering the crease there for Northampton. This will be an icing here on the Konkrete kids with 1:53 to go in the second period. Definitely looking to be an interesting third period. As of right now, it's only a 1-goal game. We'll see if there's any more goals within these next 2 minutes in the second period. But, the elementary game, as I was saying, was a 5-4 win for Northampton. That was a tight contest to the end. Game on the varsity final last night was a 2-1 win for Bethel Nazareth over the LVSHL. That was a tight game, and we're looking to get a tight game going to the third period in the middle school final. Here's Norwood, lost the puck, and broken up by Trinity Eberhardt. Norwood, putting past the center, back hit, saved by Murray. Nice right pass up by the Konkrete goaltender. And here's Anthony Naughty on the counter-attack for Northampton. Unable to get a shot. this will be icing. With 101 to go, not seeing the comment that the mic is coming out. I'll try to fix that right now. Hold on, fans. Let me just try something here. All right. Is the mic sounding better now? I did not know it was cutting out. Thank you guys for letting me know. That does happen sometimes with this headset, I guess, but thank you for letting me know. I didn't know. Back to the game. Last minute to play in the second period. They be collected back by the Red Rovers. And trying to gather this puck is Mason Ferturo. Trying to center it in front. It could get a shot. Still a little glitchy. Okay, I'll check the audio during intermission to fix that. Did not know about that till now. Hoover, 30 seconds to go in the period. Sends it back to Flowers, trying to get a shot. Hoover scores! Connor Hoover, second of the game, and Northampton leads 5-3. So Hoover, his second of the game and period, gives Northampton a 2-goal lead, less than 30 seconds left in the period. Time will wind down here in the second period. I'll check to see what's the issue going on with this microphone. Nuziana, I think he hit it off the post there. If not, it went off the side of the post. And time will wind down here in the second period. That's it. 5-3 Northampton after 2. We'll be back for the third. Third period about to get underway here at PPL Center. Northampton leads 5-3 in the Middle School Phantoms Cup final. Again, if I tested the mic, I think we sound a lot better now, so that's good. Thanks for letting me know about that. I actually had no idea about that. So 5-3 lead for Northampton. They're trying to win back-to-back Phantoms Cups. Easton trying to prevent that from happening. And the Red Rovers bring it back over the line. Towards the circle, Nuziata, actually, beg my pardon, that is Anastiu, unable to finish it. Anastiu gets it right back, holds on, fires, and that's blocked. And Shellhammer clears it down for Northampton. Norwood will have to retrieve it, no icing here. Shellhammer flips it towards the wing. And slapped off the boards. Trying to be taken there by Liam Previers, wearing the Gretzky 99, as I mentioned earlier in the game. As the Konkrete kids attempt to bring it past the blue line once again, it's picked back up for a wrist shot that's blocked. Comes in front of the net, and that goes wide. And the Red Rovers will skate it back through center into the Northampton zone. Norwood, and that was clearly offside by a mile. So they'll call play dead, and we'll get a line change now for both teams. Have a good crowd here tonight at PPL Center. Looking forward to see how much we have here tomorrow in the junior varsity and varsity finals. I can't say from personal experience, as seeing the varsity finals these last few years, as each game has gone by, games 1, 2, and 3, there's been more and more that have come into the building here at PPL Center. And even when we have the 2022 finals in the rink in Lehigh Valley, we've had a good amount of fans show up. Not enough to fill this entire stadium, no, but still, for this tournament, I think it's a pretty good turnaround overall. That goal, trying to dance around a few players here. This is hit off the boards, kept onside by Nuziata. Deckel takes it here for Easton. He's trying to kick it free. The puck was tangled up between him and several defenders for Northampton. Here comes the Konkrete kids again on another attack. Williamson had it for a moment. Easton gets it right back. and brings it through center on a 2-on-2. Wrist shot goes over the goal. Noah Van Name with a chance for the Red Rovers. Here's Powell. Wrist shot, glove save made there, and we'll get a stoppage with 12:13 to go in the game. Shots in that are now 28-16 Northampton. Noddy will take the face-off here for Northampton. Wins the face-off towards the point. It was swatted there by Owen Geiger, and he did a good job just keeping the puck in the zone for Northampton. Noddy on the corner, moves to the circle, turns back around, skates back to the corner, centering, intercepted by Norwood. Norwood will flip it through neutral ice, and a 2-on-2 developing up here for the Red Rovers. Now more reinforcements show up. It's not much of a 2-on-2. It's a shot and that saved there by Desmond Murray from Jackson Gibbons, trying to get perhaps his second goal of the game, but he's stopped point blank by the Konkrete Kids goaltender. Puck is dropped and we play on. Easton takes possession on the angle. Good save by Murray. He did a good job covering that left post. Easton tried to shoot it top side on him, but Murray wasn't having any of that. Back comes Flowers. He's got space. Flowers scores! Blake Flowers! What a shot by 30 for Northampton. And Flowers makes it a 6-3 lead for the Konkrete Kids. Flowers leads the team in goals. He had 14 coming into this one. Now he has 15 on the year. So Northampton up by 3 with 11 minutes to go in the game. Easton still has time, but time is not on their side, and they want to come back in this one. That chance on that goes wide of Desmond Murray. Oh, that went off the crossbar. Easton that close to making a 2-goal game. That was a close one. There's another chance that goes over the crossbar. That chance came from Anastiu. Deco on the blue line. Leads it across, and that pass was blocked up a Northampton stick. I thought there was a trip there, but it looked like Berger simply just fell down for Northampton. It's touched up, and this will be an offsides here. 10.5 remaining in this game. And I'm not sure if you heard me saying thank you. After this has been going on the last few years here, I've noticed the Phantoms coming towards the end of the last game. They have extra pretzels to actually give out for free because they don't want them to go to waste. And one of the workers just handed me one. That'll definitely be something that I'll be eating while writing the recaps for all these games. Huber for the hat trick, and he got iron. I think he got the post of that chance for Northampton. He has 2 goals in this one. Couldn't get the third one there. Off the side, that just goes off of Murray, off his stick, and it stays out. I thought that might have went in for a second there. It did not. The puck made a strange bounce off his stick blade and stays out of the net for now. Face-off won by the Red Rovers. Controlled on back, taken away. Huber has 2 goals, going for the hat trick on the breakaway. Missed it wide. He had some net open with the backhand shot, but unable to get in. Another chance for Huber. It goes wide of the goal. I would think that Connor Huber is a guy I would be highly considering to interview after this game if Northampton wins. Part of what we do here in the Phantoms Cup this year in 2025. We interview a player for the winning team after every game. Some collisions on the boards. Easton's coach looking for a penalty. They will not get it there. Hoover trying to forehand one the other way. And Easton will shoot it back into the zone here. 9 minutes to go in the game. Northampton leads 6-3. We'll keep our eyes if Easton pulls their goalie within the next few minutes, as they're going to try to come back in this one in the LVSHL Middle School Phantoms Cup Final. Face-off won by Northampton as they clear it back to Norwood. And it's going to be held on to the wing, back towards the blue line. They'll try to cut on in Norwood, and he missed it over the net. It hit the glass. They'll keep it on the corner. Off the boards, Hoover trying to clear it on out for Northampton. Couldn't get it past the line. Van Name to the right circle. Shot on net, save, rebound, they score! Easton gets a big goal to make it a 2-goal game here at PPL Center. And Steve is going to get credit for it. And the Red Rovers still have life. Luke Anastiu, his 13th goal of the season. And Easton still has time. There's 8 minutes to go in the game. They're down by a couple, but you never know. There's a lot of crazy things that happen in this great sport. I can tell you from personal experience calling games for the Phantoms Cup over the years. I mean, we just saw Emmaus down 4-0 in the elementary game come back to tie it at 4. They did not win the game, but even so, a great comeback nevertheless. Van Name. Anastiu. Moves over the line here for the Red Rovers. Nice move. Backhand shot saved by Murray. It's loose in the crease, and it stays out. Anastiu is still down on the ice next to the net. He'll get back up and play continues on. And we'll get it offside, so it's 7.5 to go in the game. Easton that close to making it a 1-goal game, but it remains a 6-4 lead for the Konkrete Kids. Anastiu and Powell for the face-off. And Beckel's going to take it here on the right side. This puck makes a strange bounce off the stanchion of the boards. Which, if you don't know what that means, stanchion of the boards, that means the top of the boards right before the glass is there. Well, it's right where the glass is and the top of the board. Sometimes when the puck hits it, it'll make a strange deflection. I've seen it plenty of times in this sport before. Sometimes if the deflection hits it, if the puck hits the boards in the right way, it could even lead to a unintended pass that leads to a goal. Anastiu, battered by the stick of Eberhardt. 6:40 to go in the game. Side net, backhand save by Murray, stuffed him cold. And this is flipped into the Northampton bench. They're actually giving the 4th goal for Easton to Liam Privasiu, who's wearing number 99. Anastiu, who I actually said got the goal, is given the assist. So I just wanted to correct myself there. This will be an icing against Easton. This is Anastiu. I said, lost possession and went off the body there of Deegan Berry, who scored earlier in this game. He's wearing the Connor McDavid 97 for Northampton. Flowers deposited into the zone. Rolling knuckle puck goes behind the net. Easton controls here in neutral ice. Red Rovers bring it over the line. And it's chipped off a Northampton stick. Went off of Hubert's stick blade. And all the way back down towards Norwood. Norwood deep around Flowers. 5.5 to go in the game. Northampton leads 6-4, trying to win their second consecutive Phantoms Cup in the middle school division. Here's Flowers. Numbers developing up here for Northampton. 2-on-none. Here's Flowers. Side of the net. Save made as Naughty was denied. We've passed the 5-minute mark, and they score! Right, I was just saying we're passing the 5-minute mark of the game, but Northampton gets a big goal up 7-4 now. I was distracted with something. I didn't see who got the shot on that. I'm actually going to look at the highlight here. Getting the goal for Northampton is Doug Lisk. So Northampton up by 3, and that could possibly have done it, unless Easton has a miracle greater than the miracle on ice happening, and that penalty caused by Easton is not going to help them whatsoever. And there's a player down for Northampton after he was hit, and he's in serious distress. That is Carter Craig wearing 79 for Northampton. Coach Ruff is coming onto the ice to assist with them, and we'll return after he's able to get off the ice. Carter Craig is being helped off the ice now with Coach Ruff and some other assistants. Hopefully he's going to be all right. And I don't think they're going to take him to the locker room. They're just going to check him out on the bench while he's there. He took a hard hit off the boards. Checking him, actually, that caused him to get into some decent pain was Rocco Inuziata. It wasn't a dirty play whatsoever. It was just a clean check off the boards, and it looked like Craig got shaken up from that. 4:32 remains on the clock in the third period. Northampton leads by 3. This is covered up there, and that only took a few seconds off the clock. They'll redo the face-off shortly here at PPL Center. And they did give a penalty to Nuziata for that check he made. It's only for 1:30. I was going to say, I was wondering if they penalized him for that hit. And they did. Icing here against the Red Rovers. For a second, I just want to talk briefly about Coach Brian Ruff, head coach of the Northampton Konkrete kids in elementary, middle school, JV, and varsity. I mean, what an incredible career he's had coaching these young kids and teenagers in the older divisions. He won with elementary less than 2 hours ago, and more than likely he's about to win another title with his middle school team, and all the chances to win tomorrow with his JV squad. I don't know exactly how many championships he has, but he has a jacket he always wears, and every year after he gets another championship on his resume, they score! Anastiu officially gets a goal on the board, and Easton is trailing by 2 with 4 minutes left in the game. Back to what I was saying about Coach Ruff. On his jacket that he wears, every time he wins a championship with any team, he has it customly stitched on his jacket of the year and the team that he won with. For example, for the team he just won with, it would be elementary 2025. And there is a stoppage of players. Is that a tripping penalty we have coming up here? Hold on a second. I think I missed something. Yes, tripping penalty coming up here on Northampton. Joseph Berger was serving for 1:30. Nuziata is still in the box for his penalty for 50 more seconds. So it's going to be 4 and 4 for 50 seconds, which I would think definitely helps Easton as they were just on the penalty kill. They're down by 2 with a little less than 4 minutes to go in the game. This comes in front, that goes wide. Easton holds on and steal on the side of the cage, saved by Murray, and he stops play. 3:32 to go. Easton is still keeping their goaltender in the net, and I know I was saying his name earlier was Mason Hernandez, but actually I'm not sure who it is now because he's wearing, I think, number 6 on his back, and there's no goalie on any of my roster sheets that say what his name is, so I'm sorry I'm missing these names tonight. This stuff usually doesn't happen when I'm doing the LVSHL, but for some reason it is tonight, but no matter. Huber trying to clear. Norwood kept it in the zone. Norwood trying to reach for it. Huber cleared it through center. He'll race for it. Norwood got to it first. Whacks it away from him. Norwood takes down. Actually, that was Huber who took down a Easton player. That was Durany. 3 minutes to go in the game. Easton still down by 2. And Steele on the wing. Takes it back on the corner. Easton still keeping the goalie in the crease. Flowers forehands one. And it's Eberhardt who clears it back for Northampton. Huber trying to collect it here. And Norwood will forehand one back towards the other side. 2.5 to go in the game. Flowers possessed back by Paxton Durany. And Northampton almost escapes away. They do. Here is Barry, and he lost the puck. 2:18 left in the game. Wrist shot deflected. It goes almost out of play. Just stays in bounds. This puck is almost loose. Backhand pass, and Northampton clears it down for an icing. Easton calls a timeout with 2:01 remaining in the game. 2:01 remains in the game. Northampton is up 7-5. K-Kids trying to win their second straight Phantoms Cup in the middle school division. See when Easton pulls their goalie, if at all. Slap shot from the blue line off the pads of Murray. Van Name trying to keep it in the zone here. And Norwood will take it on at center ice. Easton takes it on the wing. There goes the goaltender. Empty cage now for Easton. They're down by 2. Might as well take a risk. 1.5 left. Norwood trying to skate for it back. Trying to center it back. A check is made there. Comes in front, but Northampton repossesses. Almost taken there. And here comes Northampton for the empty cage. For the empty goal. And they're unable to get a shot. Comes back in front, and we had a whistle. They score! Actually, no, it was a delayed penalty. And it didn't matter. Northampton scored the empty cage anyway. And that's going to do it. Anthony Noddy's getting credit for it. The fans are arguing about the whistle. I was going to say the whistle confused me on why the play was still going on. I saw an arm go up in the air. I'm pretty sure this is for a delayed penalty. Fans confused, including myself. I'm not sure why the whistle was blown, unless it was just a mental mistake. But the goal is going to count, and that should about do it here at PPL Center. 1:09 remains on the clock. And to be honest, that whistle even messed up my play-by-play announcer trying to call that empty net goal. Because they made me think, oh, okay, play's dead. I got to look at my notes or something. But no, it was still going on. Less than 1 minute to go in the game. This is Norwood. Wristing one, blocker saved by Desmond Murray. We said it earlier tonight when the elementary team of Northampton won it all, that they've done it again for middle school. I'll say it twice. They have done it again. Northampton reaching the top of the mountain. That's a common thing we've said in all these divisions over the last few years, but it's not without good reason. Coach Ruff doing a great job coaching these young kids once again. And time's going to wind down here at PPL Center. One last chance. It's blocked there. Backhand shot saved by Murray. It goes to the corner. And Northampton, I think, is just going to try to hold on to it here to kill off the clock. Time's going to wind down. The Northampton Konkrete Kids are the 2025 LVSHL Phantoms Cup champions. And congratulate Desmond Murray. He played very well when he came in for the second half of the game. And Northampton wins it 8-5 over the Easton Red Rovers. Desmond Murray will, I would think, would lead the handshake line. He will. As the Konkrete Kids of middle school have won back-to-back Phantoms Cup championships. And I'll keep the stream on so you guys can see all the Konkrete Kid players enjoying this ceremony, or enjoying this event, I should say, as they're about to be awarded the Phantoms Cup. Trevor Herrick and Connor Lawrence near the benches with the Phantoms Cup in hand. One of the best traditions in this game, the handshake line. Applause from the fans, both sides of Northampton and Easton. Congratulate these teams for outstanding regular seasons and outstanding playoffs, as Easton just falls short and Northampton reaches the top of the mountain once again. Trevor Herrick having the Phantoms Cup in his hands. I think he's waiting for Coach Ruff to give the cup to. Looks like Coach Ruff is talking to the Easton coach at center ice. I think I hear some fans still asking about that strange whistle at the end of the game, but not that that matters now. And Anthony Notty's the first one to get it from the Konkrete Kids. And they're going to hand it off, I think, one by one. Oh, and Flowers. Someone fumbled the trophy, but he's able to get a good grip on it then. This is something that I'm surprised that the elementary team of Northampton didn't do earlier, raising the Phantoms Cup like the Stanley Cup. There's Desmond Murray hoisting that cup up high. They're not exactly holding it like how you hold the Stanley Cup, where you have one hand on the bowl and one hand on the base, but, you know, I don't think it really matters. And it looks like they're going to keep handing this cup off one at a time. There's Powell holding it now. It's not even like the Stanley Cup final where they'll raise the cup and skid around the whole building. They're just going to do a quick little lap so they can get this done as quick as they can, I guess. But I don't think they want to rush it. They just want to savor the moment, as this is a moment these kids are going to cherish for a long, long time. And for some of these kids, giving Northampton's reputation to win championships in pretty much every level, perhaps this might not be the last time for some of these kids, but they should treat it like it is, because you never know. There's Stockwell with the cup. Berger didn't even hoist the cup there. He just held it, but I think that's good enough to count for a Phantoms Cup. Hoist That's more how you do it. There's Barry with it. So we are now done with the elementary and middle school divisions. Northampton winning in both divisions. Northampton JV can win it all tomorrow. Bethel Nazareth could win it all tomorrow in varsity. So we'll see what happens then and there. Again, I'll keep the stream on until the whole team gets together to do the famous, or I should say iconic, championship photo as all the players will get together. There's Craig. Good to see him back on the ice after he's shaken up late in the third period. And he seems to be at least good enough to join his teammates to celebrate this great achievement. And here we go. Here's the famous shot that these young men and women will remember for a long time as they're all reaching for the Phantoms Cup. I am Nicholas Garofalo. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Thank you for tuning in if you wanted to watch any of the elementary games and middle school games I've done the last few years. I haven't done a ton, but for the few that I have done, I'm glad you're able to join me in this epic ride. Final score, Northampton 8, Easton 5. Konkrete Kids of Middle School are back-to-back Phantoms Cup champions. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 in their Junior Varsity Phantoms Cup Final and Game 2 of the Varsity Phantoms Cup Final. Good night and good hockey. Konkrete Kids, back-to-back Phantoms Cup champions.